Eduard Albert Meyer was born in the town of Bulach, Switzerland, on February 3, 1937. For 56 years, he maintained both physical and telepathic contact with extraterrestrial beings who claimed to be from the Pleiades star cluster. Acting as an intermediary and spokesperson for the Pleiadians from the planet Era, Eduard Meyer documented and transmitted their fascinating esoteric teachings and wisdom to humanity, aiming to guide Earth's population back to a path we began to explore in ancient times. Billy's contacts with extraterrestrials began when he was only 5 years old. He underwent preparatory training for his mission under the guidance of an alien named Sfath from the Pleiades. Askit, the second contact figure, continued his education when Billy turned 11, directing him to various locations on Earth to study religions and cultures. On January 28, 1975, Billy engaged in more than 100 contacts with Simjace, a female representative of the Pleiadians. During some of these encounters, Billy was allowed to photograph her flying craft. At that time, Meyer took around 1,000 vivid photos depicting extraterrestrial spacecraft. Every conversation with the aliens was recorded word for word, and these chronicles contain countless fascinating facts about Earth's history, the humanities, and spiritual teachings. Since 1989, Billy met with Ta, Simjace's father, approximately 4 times a year. Including these meetings, there have been more than 250 contacts in total. The following excerpt comes from the scientific ufological organization FIGA's 1988 booklet The Truth About Billy Meyer, offering additional insight into this man and his mission. The extraterrestrial contactee Billy Meyer has often been criticized by uninformed individuals who have no knowledge of his communication with aliens or his mission. Furthermore, many of them have never even met Billy. His real name, Eduard Albert Myers Furieux, is known only to a small circle of colleagues, supporters, friends, and FIGA members. Even fewer people know how he received the nickname Billy. That name appeared in documents dating back 10,000 years, which have survived on Earth to this day. It is the name he is known by not only among his supporters and the general public worldwide, but also among the extraterrestrials themselves, who gave it to him. Uninformed critics who claim it's impossible for Billy to have communicated with beings from other worlds continuously try to discredit him, accusing him of fraud and mocking him. In reality, they are simply unaware of the full story of this remarkable man's life, and are therefore in no position to judge or criticize the authenticity of his contacts, mission, or truth. To evaluate whether Meyer's testimonies are real or fictional, one must study the subject for years, examine all the facts, and learn about the contactee himself. Typically, this level of information is available only to those closely associated with him and a few fortunate individuals who've had the chance to meet Billy personally with an open mind. In private lectures, seminars, radio and TV broadcasts, newspapers, and magazines, the Billy Meyer case is universally recognized by experts in the field as unique. It's one of the few cases with an enormous amount of documented evidence and eyewitness testimonies of UFO phenomena. While all other observers did not engage directly with the aliens, that privilege was granted solely to Billy, who communicated directly with beings from the planet Era and the Pleiades. They have never made contact with any other person. Remarkably, people who learned about Billy's story or met him in person often became UFO witnesses themselves. These included not only his friends and colleagues, but also completely independent individuals. For example, during a 1975 rock festival on Mount Butchel near Zurich, audience members and participants observed mysterious flying objects maneuvering through the night sky. Billy's support group formed in 1975 and gained phenomenal experience in studying UFOs and extraterrestrials. Meyer didn't seek contact with aliens. Rather, they sought him out. The Pleiadians were fulfilling a mission planned thousands of years ago. Billy never used his abilities or chosen status for personal gain, publicity, or fame. His interactions with the aliens weren't for pleasure, but served a missionary and educational purpose. Meyer authored numerous texts, some of which were transmitted to him by the Pleiadians and other highly spiritual beings. Many of these works were written at the aliens' request. Billy's detractors are unaware of the true sources behind his knowledge. His books, publications, and manuscripts are stored at FIGU in Switzerland and are written in German. Years of dealing with those attempting to discredit him have shown that most of them are envious individuals, pseudoscientists, cultists, fanatics, schizophrenics, or outright slanderers. They believe their views are the only truth and that all other perspectives are inherently false. They will go to great lengths to suppress the truth, even at the cost of people's reputations and integrity. The photographs and videos taken by Meyer are unparalleled in both quantity and quality. Several variations of Pleiadian luminous ships were captured in remote locations of the Swiss countryside. Most of the footage dates between 1975 and 1982. Many of the photos were taken using a relatively simple camera, an Olympus 35 ECR, which Billy could operate one-handed. He also filmed on 8mm film, capturing the wedding cake type craft. The Pleiadians deliberately allowed Billy to take these photos and videos to prove their existence and help him convince people of the authenticity of his contacts. These substantial pieces of evidence allow each person to decide for themselves whether communication with extraterrestrials is possible without damage to one's mind, will, or freedom. The Pleiadians also provided a piece of metal from their ship's hull as proof, alongside the photo and video materials, which serve multiple purposes. First, they allowed both skeptics and believers in alien life to form their own conclusions based on their level of research and study. Moreover, the case sparked widespread debate about the existence of extraterrestrial life, because, as the saying goes, truth is born in argument. Many respected scientists, government representatives, military officials, and other civilians have since viewed the possibility of alien intelligence from a new perspective. Even now, many claim that Billy faked hundreds of photos to gain fame and financial success, despite the fact that several qualified scientists and photographic experts have verified their authenticity. Most of the opposing claims lack scientific support and are based on false or distorted information. It is well known that some of Billy's opponents have produced their own doctored images and falsely attributed them to Meyer in an effort to discredit him. Ultimately, the decision of what is truth and what is fiction in this unique and mysterious story lies with each individual.